So when we talk about wholesale suppliers, there's not that many places to find people to buy things from. Like, they're looking to give you these products, so it's not that hard to figure out. So I'm gonna be going over the top 5 ways, but honestly, some of these ways stand out a little more. And at the end, I'll show you exactly which ones I really prefer, depending especially where your budget is. Number 1 is gonna be, honestly, dude, it can't get any better than this, is Google and Google Maps. Now, some of you might be like, okay, I already knew this one. But what I consistently see is people don't utilize this tool right. They go and they don't even know what they're looking for, so they spend a lot of time just wasted. When you go on Google, you want to just put in general, like broad terms. Like, you don't want to put in like comb supply or hairbrush supply near me. Use the general category name. So you want to do category supplier near me, right? So it'll be like beauty supplier near me, grocery supplier near me, pet supplier near me, or you interchange this with distributor, right? And you want to make sure when you find these suppliers and distributors, they don't show their price on the website. If they show their price on the website, BS, get rid of them, right? Anyone that shows their price on the website is a retail location. You want to make sure you're talking to people. Real distributors and suppliers don't show their price on the front end, because price is going to change depending on who they're talking to. You want to use Google and Google Maps. You start near you, then you go to your tri-state area, then you go to your full state, right? Entire state. Then you go to tri-state, then you go to your main 4 states, which is Texas, Cali, New York, New Jersey, J, and Florida. And you want to, the key right here is all of this is one single category. Do not jump around. You want to go deep in a certain category. If you're going to go in beauty or tools or sports, become the master of that. Trust me, you become the master of that category, you're going to be pulling a few million a month. And this is not exaggeration. When you go look, see the number 1 sellers in each category. They're doing a few million a month, right? When you sell a little over here, sell a little over here, you can't like leverage your relationship that you've built with your supplier, which is what are we trying to get to? We're trying to get to the money. The better your relationship is, the better deals you're gonna get, the more net terms you're gonna get, where you don't have to pay for an order right up front, right? Always make sure you're sticking to one category. It's one of the biggest mistakes I've ever made. All right, number 2. So we understand Google Maps, right? Look near you, state, tri-state, look in the main 4 states. Number 2 is gonna be what I really like, is trade shows and conventions. Tell a quick story. It was 2023. We were in Miami, and what happened is on the way home, I was with my 2 business partners, and we were like, hey, like there's a trade show going on in Chicago. And we said, okay, cool, let's head over there. We went there, and what you do at trade shows is you look for every exhibit they have there, right? Every exhibit, and you find out what brands you want to attack. So we came up with a list of brands we wanted to attack, and we literally created what you call a mock purchase, or like a fake order for them. Like, if you could get me these units at this price, I could buy this many, right? You always want to do that because you put the money in front of their face. Like, you want this money? And we created orders between about 4 brands for about 150 or 160,000. I don't remember the time. And we got them all approved. By the time we left there, we had 160,000 worth of orders. We wrote a check to all of them. And those orders were in our warehouse about a month later. And we were able to generate, if I remember correctly, about 30% ROI or 35% ROI on that. So a little under like 50K or so in profit. Like, to pay for the whole trip, right? So trade shows and conventions are super important. What you want to do is simple. Pick a category. We still stick with one category, trade show or convention near me, right? That's it. That's what you're Googling. And it's going to let you know all the upcoming ones that are coming up, and you can just sign up, get a ticket, look up the exhibitors there, look up the different brands, and see which brands you want to attack there and get their list from. Trade shows and conventions are not utilized enough by a lot of people, but this is where you build those interpersonal connections and relationships that take your business to the next level. Let's go to number 3. Ask the brand. What you do with Ask the Brand is you literally go to the brand and you say, hey, like what I have my Logitech mouse here. I go to Logitech and I say, yo, Logitech, can I either do business with you, or can you give me a list of all your authorized distributors for me to do business with? Now, I'm going to tell you what my favorite one is later, but the reason I don't really like this one is because, generally speaking, if you do business with the brand, you're not going to get the best pricing. You don't have enough capital. You don't have enough to bring to the table. A big brand like Logitech, imagine the size of the orders they're getting from places. It's different. Like, it's completely insane, the size of the orders. If I come with 10K, 20K, 30K, you think they really care about me? No. So we always want to go to the distributors, because the distributor is going to have better pricing because they're already buying bulk. Plus, on top of that, they're going to have like 50 to 100 different brands that we can go get a piece of those pie too. So if they have Logitech, they'll have Microsoft, and they'll have Razer, and they'll have all of these other brands, and we can start building that relationship with them by buying all the other brands from them. So not a fan of like icing the brand that much. It does work sometimes, but for most people, especially when you first start off, it works, but it's not one of my favorite methods. But But honestly, we have opened some pretty good accounts, brand direct doing this. But all I say is you have to have a value prop. When we go to a brand and ask this, we are going to tell them something about their brand that we can try to improve on, whether it be the pictures on their listing, whether it be the optimization for their keywords, whether it be look at what your competitors doing because they work with this person, and we could do the same. We could push it further. But we want a value prop. We want to hit on some kind of pain point they might be having as a brand. But let me know in the comments if this has been helpful. Like, let me know if you have used any of these methods before. Like, if you've used Google, trade shows, brands, and what's been the most successful one for you. Number 4 is a tool called SmartScout. SmartScout, if you have not used it, it was made by a guy who used to do tremendous numbers doing wholesale. His name is Scott Needham. He was doing about 30 million a year in the wholesale game. And he has this podcast called The Smartest Seller. And he just developed a software that makes the job of everyone selling on Amazon so much easier. SmartScout is that #1 tool. SmartScout has a list of suppliers. May not be the best, but dude, you literally pay $25 for a software and you get a list of suppliers right there. This thing is freaking worth it. You'll make your $25 back real quick. It has brand data. Like, it'll let you know what brands are doing the most. It has seller data. It'll let you know what other sellers, where the sellers are located and what products are bringing them in the most money. So where the sellers are located is the seller map, and seller data is what products they're selling that brings in the most money. These 4 tools right here make SmartScout one of the best freaking tools in the game. And it has so much more. It has something like a traffic graph, and it'll let you know, hey, when someone buys this mouse, they buy this computer or something like that. And it's valuable because you can do something like create a bundle, which, yeah, sometimes you can create a bundle if it's the same brand, not different brands, but also just for you to get new ideas of what products to get from your supplier. So SmartScout is definitely one of the best. But my favorite, especially if you're on a lower budget, is retail stores. Now, someone might think, hey, is that retail like arbitrage? And I'm like, no. This is what we call retail wholesale. And what retail wholesale is you got to think about the experience. Like, sometimes we're so selfish in our heads where we only think about like, what can we get from this? Well, understand a retail store in today's day and age, a small retail store. The average person coming is probably spending like $50 to $100, maybe $200, $300, nothing much. And you come in and you pretty much say, hey, I can spend $4,000 a month or $8,000 a month or $3,000 a month, whatever it may be. You have consistent orders that you can give to them. And you're like, okay, well, how does that work? I went to a retail store. It was a pet store, and they have multiple locations. And you always want to look for places with multiple locations or large square footage, because the bigger they are, the more orders they're probably selling, right? Or the more stores they have, the more orders they're probably selling, so the more they can buy from their distributor. And you go to them. So we went to them and we were like, hey, I want this pet. It was a freeze-dried pet. We're like, okay, we want this brand. We could pay this much money, but we can buy like the chicken, the beef. It's like 6 different bags, but the chicken and the beef were killing it. And it was a small one and a big one. And the whole order came out to about $8K. And we were like, we can buy this every month. And they're like, what? At this price? They made it work. Why? Because our dollar goes a lot further there. And the thing I see a lot of people do is they want to go to the brands and stuff where they're like have $1,000, $100, and they want the best deal and all of this. No, dude. You go to a retail store, they're going to do that work because your dollar goes a lot further there. And why I love this method is because you're taking the benefit of a retail arbitrage method, which is quick turnaround time and an interpersonal connection, but you're adding that wholesale model to it where you can still buy in bulk on a consistent basis, right? Switch it up. If you're doing retail arbitrage right now, go to that store and be like, yo, let me get this deal, and see how quickly that relationship changes. That relationship right there converted into us getting more brands from that product, and it was from that supplier. And it was one product there that was bringing in almost 20K profit per month, just one product, right? And that was off a retail wholesale deal. And this is why retail stores, especially in a lower budget, boom. If I had to rate these in terms of like just efficiency, I'm gonna honestly say my favorite is still Google. This is where we get some of our best supply. My second favorite is using the tools of SmartScout, because it's just that tool that is so good, man. You can't beat it. Number 3 is retail wholesale. Number 4 is trade convention, because it's a little infrequent, but you can build some great ones. And Ask the Brand is the worst, but it still works. These are still the 5 ways that still work, man. So I really do hope this was helpful. If you have any video requests in the comments, leave it there. I'll be sure to try to get them, because I really just want to help you guys get to that next level. If you're looking for more help actually working in a one-on-one setting, like in our private mentorship tier, where we literally give you access to products from our distribution company, give you a one-on-one chat with your own coach you for 6 months, make sure that you're hitting your goals, create a whole roadmap to actually make sure you're getting to where you need to go, and give you access to use our warehouse and our prep space, then hit the link below. There'll be a short application to actually apply for our Platinum Tier Inner Circle program. And yeah, if not, I really hope this helped, and we're just gonna keep dropping these bombs for you guys. Talk soon.